Everyone remembers a moment like this. A trend explodes overnight. Your feed is flooded. Everyone is doing it, sharing it, talking about it. And then there's that one person who doesn't react at all. No excitement, no participation, no explanation. They just keep living their life. If that sounds familiar, here's the real question. Are they missing out, or are they seeing something the rest of us don't? Because psychology suggests that people who are never influenced by trends aren't just being difficult. Their minds may actually work in a completely different way. And once you understand how, you'll start noticing these people everywhere. When something becomes popular, most people feel a pull toward it. It feels safe, it feels social, it feels like belonging. But for some people, that same popularity creates the opposite reaction. Instead of curiosity, they feel resistance. Not because the trend is bad, but because it suddenly feels like a push, like an expectation. And the moment something feels forced, their interest disappears. Psychologists describe this response as a natural reaction to perceived pressure. When choice feels threatened, the brain tries to reclaim control. Even something harmless can feel intrusive if it comes wrapped in "everyone is doing it." Think about how you feel when someone tells you what you should like. Even if you were already interested, something about being told removes the magic. That's what happens with trends for these people. The louder the crowd gets, the quieter their interest becomes. It's not stubbornness, it's the brain protecting a sense of autonomy. Their mind isn't asking, "Is this popular?" It's asking, "Is this mine?" What makes this even more interesting is that many of these people have a strong need to feel internally aligned. They don't want their choices to be explained by social momentum. They want their actions to make sense to themselves first. When a trend spreads, it doesn't just feel boring. It can feel threatening to their sense of identity. Like blending in would mean losing something personal. So opting out isn't about standing out, it's about staying intact. This is where a lot of people get confused. They assume avoiding trends is just another way of trying to be special, but psychology makes an important distinction here. Some people reject trends loudly. They define themselves by opposition. If something is popular, they immediately criticize it. These people are still deeply influenced by trends. Just in reverse, their choices revolve around what others are doing. Even if the reaction is negative, their identity needs the trend to exist. But there's another group that looks similar on the surface and is completely different underneath. These people don't resist trends. They barely notice them. They aren't trying to prove anything. They're not making statements. They simply don't use popularity as a decision-making tool. Their interest is guided by curiosity, comfort, values, or mood, not social signals. If they like something, they like it quietly. If they don't, they move on without commentary. Psychologists call this difference internal versus external motivation. Externally motivated people constantly scan their environment. They adjust their behavior based on reactions, expectations, and social cues. Internally motivated people rely far more on personal standards. They don't ignore society, but society isn't steering the wheel. This difference alone explains why some people feel immune to trends. Their brain weighs information differently. Research on self-monitoring supports this. People who score low in self-monitoring don't naturally adjust their behavior to fit situations. They're not performing different versions of themselves for different audiences. A song is just a song. A show is just a show. If they enjoy it, great. If not, there's no pressure to pretend. Popularity doesn't add value, and obscurity doesn't remove it. From an evolutionary perspective, this kind of mind may have been essential. Imagine a group where everyone followed the same excitement, the same direction, the same resources. That kind of uniformity is fragile. Survival required diversity in thinking. When some individuals naturally questioned group movement or explored alternatives, they increased the group's chances of survival. If one path failed, someone else had already discovered another. There's even genetic research suggesting that some people are wired to seek novelty and independence more strongly than others. These individuals were more likely to explore, experiment, and operate outside the group's immediate focus. Sometimes that meant risk. Sometimes it meant discovery. Either way, it balanced the system. Not everyone was meant to follow the same signals. But here's where the story gets complicated. Are people who avoid trends actually happier? The answer isn't simple. On one side, many report deep satisfaction with their choices. They don't experience constant comparison. They don't feel pressure to keep up. Their decisions feel intentional, not reactive. When they buy something, watch something, or choose something, it feels personal. That sense of ownership can be deeply fulfilling. On the other side, humans are social by
Wait,
design.
really? Phew,
Trends
that's
aren't
a
just
relief.
about products or challenges. They're shared moments, cultural references, conversations. When someone opts out of everything, they may also miss moments of connection. Being unable to relate when everyone is talking about the same thing can feel isolating. That feeling matters. Belonging has always been part of survival. Studies suggest that the healthiest position is not full participation or full rejection, but selective engagement. People who join trends that genuinely interest them and skip the rest without judgment tend to report higher well-being. They're not controlled by popularity, but they're not cut off from shared experiences either. The key is choice, not reaction. This leads to an uncomfortable realization. Some people who believe they are independent thinkers are actually trapped in opposition. If your first reaction to something popular is to feel superior for disliking it, that's not freedom, that's still dependence. Your identity is being shaped by what you reject. True independence doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need contrast. It simply exists. Real freedom looks quieter than people expect. It's the ability to enjoy something popular without embarrassment, and the ability to ignore something popular without arrogance. It's wearing what feels comfortable, not what signals identity. It's liking what you like without explanation. It's choosing without checking whether your choice says something about you. Here's a simple test. If something you refuse suddenly stopped being popular tomorrow, would your opinion change? If yes, then popularity was still controlling your choice. If no, then your decision was never about the trend to begin with. That's the difference psychology cares about. So what does all this really mean? People who are never influenced by trends aren't superior or disconnected. They're not missing out or enlightened. They're simply wired to prioritize internal signals over social ones. Some minds tune into belonging and shared movement. Others tune into personal alignment and curiosity. Both are necessary. Problems only arise when either side believes their way is the only intelligent one. Because the truth is, everyone is influenced by something. The question isn't whether you're influenced, it's whether you know what's influencing you. Awareness is the real independence. So ask yourself honestly, when you skip a trend, is it because it doesn't interest you or because you want to prove you're different? That answer tells you far more than the trend ever could. And maybe the real psychology isn't about trends at all. Maybe it's about knowing when a choice is truly yours. If this made you think, you'll want to watch the next video, where we break down everyday habits and explain what they quietly reveal about your mind.